Mostly, what did I miss during the pandemic? Oh, I guess life itself. That was the thing that collapsed. Although I did gain a new world in Zelda. So there was an entire world there that I got to play in. Early days also included Animal Crossing, but that got dull quickly. I think I logged about 600 hours. I'll never get back there. With just animals talking to me about t-shirts and snacks. It really, really goes to show just how deeply cracked that whole time was. Yes, I don't know that this would qualify as funny unless you're a deeply disturbed person like me, but there was, we had to do something called track class. Track class is if you want to film in the New York subway, the MTA, you have to take a course. You go to a classroom in Queens for a few hours, and the next thing you know, they throw a hard hat and a neon vest on you, and then they actually throw you down on live tracks. And I'm a big fan of the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 and Jacob's Ladder, and yet you stand on a live side of a little thing called a murder hole. And you stand as still as you can, and it's New York. Steel dust and rat shit are flying, and you stand like this. You've never been so afraid of your life inside of this little arched, thin little thing, and trains go in both directions after your 4 hours of education. And that's you inside of a murder hole. So if that's your idea of fun, boy did we have fun in prep. Yes. At least I'll never forget it. Oh yeah, I would say that as a real New Yorker, I do really enjoy getting into the underground of the city. I mean, obviously it is an underground season, and we love it. We love it there. The Astor Place station is actually modeled on one of the subway stations in Budapest. It was super weird. Things like that were happening pretty consistently as we made the show. And in Berlin, around that time, they had something called ghost stations. And I mean, the whole show is ultimately about, a haunted people and haunted locations. And so I do enjoy getting an education in Manhattan. This is going to get dark quickly. So, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Jodorowsky's Dune. It's a film, a documentary about the attempted making of Jodorowsky, the filmmaker, Holy Mountain and whatever. Not a huge fan of that movie, although I do like the still images, but I'm not a hippie. Apparently he was trying to adapt Dune, and film never made. It's so disturbing just to see that dream die with the amount of planning and obsessive attention to detail. And I mean, his plan for it was meticulous. And the Rolling Stones were going to be there, and Orson Welles was going to get snacks, and Salvador Dali was going to bring his ocelot. I mean, there was a whole plan. His son was going to be in training to learn the fighting against this poor kid's will. It's really something to watch. I mean, this man had a vision for what this movie was going to be. And in the end, it ended up being a coffee table book of storyboards by the famed artist, I think his name is Mobius. I might be getting that wrong. Funnily enough, Jodorowsky's Dune, which has been a long-time favorite of mine, is actually the password to get into the bar in season 1 when Nadia goes down to talk to War Dog to try to find out what was in the joint. And there I was rewatching it during the pandemic in between Zelda breaks, and I was storyboarding like Matt. I sort of became obsessed with perfecting the idea of what Russian Doll Season 2 could be. And a bunch of us, department heads, and Alex Bono, the producing director, and Alice Ju, one of the writers, a bunch of us really stayed close to it, almost as this weird attachment to like what life used to be. I think it's just this, dream of art or a life before the world had turned upside down. And so anyway, there were dark days that, I wasn't going to make it out from catching the thing, and standard stuff that people were thinking around this time. And so I was like, listen, guys, I won't be here, but I want you to leave behind a really good coffee table book of season 2. So I don't remember the question, but I did want to tell you about Jodorowsky's Dune. You should rent it at Blockbuster, which is back.